Mr. Toshihiro Kaneko-san, Chief Counsel, Consulate General of Japan in Mumbai. Dr. Milind Pandey, MIT World Peace University Pro VC. Dr. Rajiv Shah from Keio University, Japan. Ms. Vinaya Vaidya from Fujitsu Consulting. And Kazunori Sasaki-san from Institute Tokyo. Distinguished speakers, guests, academicians, policymakers, students, members of IJBC and other participants. Thank you for coming today for this event. On behalf of IJBC, as part of HERC, I welcome you on the second day of Konnichiwa Pune event, which is on education conference. Thank you so much for coming today. Before I start, I'll give you some perspective of education committee here, HERC. How to remove this? Yeah. So before I start the proceeding conference, I'll give you the context and introduce you to HERC. HERC is Higher Education Research Committee of IJBC, and this has been launched very recently in the month of August this year in Delhi. You know about the IJBC mandate to promote work as a platform for cultural exchange, business, academy, many other things. But Higher Education Research Committee is largely focused on education. All right, this is our idea. And research and development promote exchange of students, and keeping in mind both India and Japan. It's largely experience Japan, experience India, and I'll talk about it in a minute, what exactly it means. And doesn't cover only one aspect of science technology, we'll come to know very soon. It covers a spectrum of studies, which is fine arts to commerce and everything. All right. So when we started this concept, we had a kind of philosophical thinking that we can see in the presentation, that we believe that cross-border education is key to people connect, and I'll talk about it in a while. And we also believed that studying abroad is the single most effective way of changing the way you look at the world, because when you study abroad, you live there, understand society and culture, and then education, particularly higher education, has a huge impact on globalization, internationalization of a country. Now, the thing was, before I set the context of HERC, when IJBC was quite successful, growing in terms of membership and activity, we felt that, and we stepped back on the thought process, that India and Japan has a long history of a relationship. It goes back to 1,000+ years. The visit to Nara and all this thing, and also 70 years of diplomatic relationship. But a lot of things happened in space of space of geopolitics, you call it, or business or investment, that level. There are very less of people-to-people connect. So when you ask average Indian people what they know about Japan, the image is more about high technology, automation, modern, rich country, but very less understanding of the tradition, culture of Japan, including the education aspect of it. Same in Japan. Also, coming back to more specific, keeping in mind the importance of cross-border education, India as a country is number 2 in the world, just next to China, as students going outside to study, number 2, all right? And number runs in 6 digits, very high number. Also, Japan as a country gets lots of students from overseas. But top 10 students coming to Japan, in top 10 countries, India is not there. It is China, Vietnam, Cambodia, even Nepal number 3, Myanmar. So these two statistics data point we had. We also realized, and also it came from my, when I lived in Japan for some time, and the quality and the way the engineering process works, I felt somewhere it is there in the education system of Japan. And Japan has, we know it, Tokyo University, Keio University, Kyoto University, they're regularly featured in top 10, top 20, top 100 University of India. Also, we felt that a lot of good institutes are there in India, but India is not the place to come study for Japanese students. They go overseas somewhere else. Now, coming to specific, Indian students go to USA, Australia, UK. Of course, they go to Russia, Germany. You saw the yesterday presentation, Georgia, Ukraine, Kyrgyzstan. So, when we try to dive deeper into that, it's not only language. People say we can't go to Japan because language, but there are 10 other things we never discussed about it. And thinking that language is difficult, not that Russian language is easy, not that German language is easy. And then Japan was never a destination for study and research. Knowing very well that a lot of good research work happening in Japan, and I'll just run through in 5 minutes. But why people don't go? Maybe there is lack of information, and can IJBC, through a separate wing or separate function, can we deal with this to create awareness among people, students? Of course, a lot of knowledge is there in the internet, but can we work as a platform to facilitate this aspect? All right, that was the idea before HERC coming in. Okay, so HERC mandate is that. So basically, IJBC, I don't want to talk about what IJBC does. You're aware of it. So we believe that academia as such is a very important pillar for the society. That's the thinking we have it. And higher education and research, it has much bigger impact on the life of the people. That's two things we thought about it, okay? And then we said that keep this thing in mind when we set the work program for HERC. And this event and outcome of one of these, that it helps to, we look at the matters, we focus on the matter, which helps to grow people to people connect. Now again, when I'm talking about, we have quite a bit of idea, maybe of Western society, not full idea, but we don't have much idea of Japanese society in India, all right? The tradition, culture, we are not exposed to Japanese movie, TV serials, very much aware of MTV and other, serials, Friends, other things of Western side, but we're not very much aware of Japanese culture. That's one aspect, and therefore they know very less people to people connect. The idea is to bring people to people connect here, and also look at matters that students care about in terms of what difference make their life, which includes career for them. And then when common ground can be found between education institution of both the countries. For example, there's no equivalent standard. Somebody studies here 10 plus 2 plus 3. If you apply somewhere in university in Japan, there's no equivalent standard there. Somebody has to manually match 1 to 1. There's no equal standard of what you study in Japan or what you study in India. There's no equal standard there, all right? And there's something which is very core to the India-Japan relationship. These are the 4 focus areas for us to work on, okay? Also very important thing, we are going to work or complement the work which is being done by various government and academic institutions currently in India and Japan. We're going to complement them, not to kind of compete with that. That's very important. Now, so our mandate is primarily to build strategies and direction in the field of education and research. That's our clear mandate. That's where we work for. And to act as a bridge between India and Japan for the practical exchanges of knowledge and people. Also promote university ties. You'll hear something now pretty soon, or some MOUs. And student exchange program, research and development for academic excellence. Work closely with various institutes, universities, and act as a platform to promote this academic excellence. Here again, it's the same thing, just in more clear manner. Focus is to disseminate information, understand, identify the policies of 2 countries, as a talking standard, how the education is there, and identify and create opportunity for practical exchanges. So create opportunity for student for the practical exchanges of these ideas, or even the students or careers. And also get a sense of challenges and opportunities around this. So keeping this in mind, we formed a higher education research committee with eminent people in this field. And one of the criteria was that the people who come as a member should have worked in both the countries or currently working in the context of both the countries. So I'll introduce the name of the members. Many of them are outside because this event is not online. It's a physical event, and due to their own commitment, they couldn't come. So one is Professor Sujit Kumar Sinha. He's from IIT Delhi. He's a professor mechanical engineer, and he is IJBC Advisory Council member for HERC. And he's currently busy in making own seminar where more than 20 Japanese students, researchers are coming for his seminar. Then we have Professor Srabani Roy Chaudhary. She is Center for East Asian Studies, School of International Studies in Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi. And she is also member of IJBC Advisory Council, and she works extensively between Japanese and Indian companies about their business side of it. And she is a faculty member to many universities in Japan. She regularly goes there as visiting faculty and talk about India and Japan. Third person is Professor Hemant Nutalpati. You will hear his recorded message. He couldn't come from Japan. He is assistant professor at Shimane University doing great work in the area of research. Then we have Mr. Abhishek Chaudhary. He's around with us from IJBC. And myself, Sudhir Jaiswal. We are the 6 people in this committee currently. In terms of action point, HERC is supposed to, as we talk, disseminate information, work as a platform. So introduce IJBC first of all to Japanese university. That's one job we have. Create webinars, publication of articles, panel discussions, event conference. This one conference is an outcome of this action point we are supposed to take. And take delegation to India and Japan. That's one thing to do so that people get to know the ground realities, what is happening. And support government and embassies and consulates. These are the action items we have currently in hand. Just to give a context, recently, actually, as I said, Professor Sujit is handling his own seminar where 20 researchers Japan coming from global places, 20 from Japan, from rest other part of the world as well. Sravani was visiting Japan same time recently. I was there in Japan. Abhishek was also in Japan. And I met various professors. I'm just naming Professor Rajiv Shah. He's there in person to honor us. He's from Keio University. Then I met Professor Ryo Sasaki from University of Sacred Heart, Tokyo. I met Dr. Hemant Nutalpati from Shimane University. He's in the Faculty of Life Sciences and Environment. And I met Professor Yumiko Hada. She's professor of Doshisha Women's University of Liberal Arts. And she's also director of RIJUE. RIJUE is a body stand for Research Institute of Japan, UK and Europe, and I am also a member of that. One point to highlight here, just to buttress the point I talked in the beginning, you can see the kind of faculty we have from liberal arts to science to disaster management, all across, and technology. We encompass all across. We are not a domain focus in terms of promoting higher education research. And I'll just talk about, I had the opportunity to go to Shimane University, I just talked about, and I saw the great work done by them. There is Raman Center. Raman Center is Professor C.V. Raman. His Raman Center established in Japan by a Japanese professor doing extraordinary work, and which has kind of many use cases which possibly not thought by him at his time also. And I was amazed to see that the kind of research is going on. These are 2 photographs of the laboratory. I've taken his permission to show it here. The millions of dollars worth equipment been purchased, the research going on in this field, and the researchers are cross-border. There are 4 Japanese students. I could see 2 Bangladeshi, 2 Chinese, and 1 Indian. So it is not the thing that people are not coming cross-border, not doing the research. There is huge scope on this, a lot of people involved in this. And this is one case of Shimane University, which is kind of one of smaller university in Japan in a little more remote area. There are many good universities in Japan. There are around 300 plus universities in Japan. Some of them focus on English. So it's not only language. So a lot of good work happening there, a lot of research opportunities for people there, which possibly we are not aware of it. And then somebody who's interested in do this kind of work. Here, why you chose higher education research? Because it's not for a kind of a fun. I mean, those who are learning, somebody want to contribute, serious about research, there is opportunity to go to Japan. And similarly, similar stories for Japanese students to come to India. There are good IITs in India, where I know for sure a lot of Japanese companies hiring from IITs, for sure. So this is the purpose we had, and this is the thing I want to talk about. That's all from my side. If you have any question, you can talk about it. Thank you. Now, as part of the proceedings, I will also be your anchor throughout this session till the last session. So next part is to felicitate our speakers. I'll call one by one. First, I call Siddharth Desmukh. Siddharth is president of IJBC. Next, I invite Dr. Milind Pandey, Pro VC MIT World Peace University. I request Siddharth to give him bouquet. Thank you. Thank you. Our next guest is Toshihiro Kaneko-san. Kaneko-san, please come to the dais. I request Siddharth to welcome him. Our next guest is Dr. Rajiv Shah. Dr. Shah, please come to the dais. Thank you. Our next guest is Ms. Vinaya Vaidya. I request Ms. Vinaya Vaidya to come to the dais. Thank you so much. And then we have other guest. Our next guest is Kazunori Sasaki-san from University of Tokyo. Request you to please come here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now you have to speak now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Siddharth. Now I request Siddharth Deshmukh. Okay.
Just sorry for interruption. Our very own President, Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh, I'd request Sudhir ji to felicitate Siddharth san.
Try करता हूँ. Thank you so much. Now I request Siddharth Deshmukh, President IJBC, and basically he is the visionary behind this whole event and the past event Konnichiwa Pune. He's single-handed driving the entire show. Siddharth, please come and give your welcome address.
Konnichiwa and Namaste. First of all, apology, we little start late and we had some technical glitch in streaming, but I think it's solved. And anyway, this session is also online. So I want to inform all the dignitaries here that this session we expect to be heard by throughout India and Japan. In coming days, this will be always there on YouTube. So whatever we are going to deliberate today here is going to be very useful for thousands and thousands of students out there. Our chief guest, Mr. Dr. Milind Pandeji, Pro Vice Chancellor, MIT World Peace University. And it's been pleasure to have you back on IJBC days. Guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Toshihiro Kaneko-san. Without consulate support, this all is not possible. So thank you very much. Dr. Rajiv Shah, Professor, Graduate School, Media and Governance, Keio University. He all the way flew in from Japan to attend this function. Thank you so much. Vinay Vidya Madam, Leader of Management and Leadership Development, Fujitsu Consulting, India. Of course, without Fujitsu's support, this event would not have been possible. And Kazunori Sasaki-san, Representative India Office, University of Tokyo. This is the first time Tokyo University is being part of Konnichiwa Pune. Welcome. It's wonderful feeling to welcome you all here to the 4th edition of Konnichiwa Pune. It is not only the 4th edition of Konnichiwa Pune, but the first edition of India-Japan Education Conference. To my knowledge, I am not very sure if there is any education conference of India and Japan so far held. But if it is, we are very happy to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, even 10th, because we need more such conferences. And this is also a special year when we are celebrating 70th anniversary of India-Japan diplomatic relationship. So in a very special year, we are doing some new activities at IJBC, and I'm very glad. The year 2022 makes the 70th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relation between India and Japan. This is historic year for both countries to reflect on the past and celebrate the relationship while we are planning the future. And the future is here, our students. When our students will get the best education and exposure to the best in the world, they can shape the future of India. And like everything else, Japan also provides the best education and career opportunities. This is very important to know that Japan is not only known for automobile and electronics, but it is also a great destination for the education. Already about our HERC things, Mr. Jaiswal has briefed you in details. So, but I just wanted to say that yes, this HERC is a part of result of our beliefs that academia and industry are the essential pillar of our economy. So we are partnering with many universities in India and in Japan to enable the robust relationship between the academia and industry between the two countries. HERC objectives are to promote university ties, student exchange, research and development, and academic excellence in humanity, art, culture, economic, management, science and technology. I always meet many students who said that I am not a software engineer. Can I go to Japan? So I specifically want to mention here that better you are not engineer. Because Japan has a much more art and liberal art things to learn than actually engineering, especially if you are saying software engineering. I am proud and confident that we have more to offer to Japan. But probably we can learn many more things about the design thinking, liberal art, how to live life in community. These are the things that definitely we can learn from Japan. Our young generation is our biggest asset, and our academic initiatives will help shape and strengthen the India-Japan relationship of the future. We at IJBC believe in taking actions. We don't just talk, but we take actions. And some of the actions point I are also bringing today after yesterday's business conference, and action points for the HERC team and education, our academia initiative is that we should restart our Experience Japan tours. These are very unique tours that IJBC initiated back in 2018. We brought 3 student delegations, and I am very glad that this 3 student delegation was 20 people together in 3 delegations, very short, small delegations. But out of 20 people, 10 people are already decided to start education in Japan. 3 got jobs, and 1 is waiting for finishing the graduation here and going education. So that is a far better strike rate than Sachin Tendulkar. So we are going to start this Experience Japan tour because we think in this room we can just talk, but if you go to Japan, you can decide yourself. So this tour is part of that. Of course, we have this university partnership program where we partner with Indian and Japanese universities and help them identify the strength and weakness of their and bring them compatible partners so that they can collaborate together. We have also another very interesting initiative that we call bilingual directory, because many of our students are learning Japanese, but after learning Japanese they need job, they need work, and also industry has one big problem. If they need to find out bilingual experts, where to find? You cannot go and find on them on normal job portals. So it works with references, but sometimes you are in hurry, so references are very poor in that case. So this bilingual directory, which is all India bilingual directory, so far we have registration of 300 plus professionals on here, and we invite all the bilingual professionals to please register who knows Japanese and any other Indian language through this directory on our website, and this will be open to the industry very shortly, so that we can solve the problem and bridge the gap between the professionals and industry. And then finally we recently started the Nihongo Shikho. This is another initiative we started. Nihongo, as we know, it's a Japanese language. Nihongo stands for Japanese language, and Shikho, of course, to learn. This is very unique, but this is very, very much we thought of only for the children, up to 16-year-old max. So we have 2 batches. One is up to 11-year-old, and one is up from 11 to 16-year-old. And we strictly don't teach anything about the JLPT in this. We don't aim them to go for JLPT examination because our goal is not to become another competition or a school, which we have wonderful school and universities already teaching a Japanese and making them a best, and they can go there. But first thing is that why should I go to this Japanese school if I am not interested in Japanese? Why should I be interested in a Japanese if I don't know the culture? So better talk about anime, better talk about short stories, better talk about some greetings, and we just introduce them to the Japanese culture and some Japanese language to get the familiar with enough to raise the curiosity. After that, they can decide they want to pursue the Japanese career, a language career or not. It's all up to them. Our job is to make sure that there is an option and you should look at it. So this is another initiative. These are the 4 action points today for HERC team that we expect them to really pick up after the pandemic and get on the fast track. So with this, I think I will stop here. Once again, I welcome all the dignitaries on the dais and the friends and guests here to first India-Japan Business Education Conference. And I hope you will enjoy the Japan in India for next 3 days. You all are welcome to Phoenix Mall and experience the Japan from today 4 p.m. onwards. It's going to be today 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., tomorrow 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. So please enjoy. And the event is free, and please come with your families. Thank you very much. Thank you. Everybody should down. No, presentation. We go there is better. We cannot see the.
Yeah, I request the dignitaries to take the respective seats, because in the coming presentations, you may be having difficulty seeing from here. So thank you, Siddharth, for laying down the vision and the action point for HERC. And we already have taken baby steps, and we'll take it forward from here. Thank you so much. Now we have inaugural note by Dr. Milind Pandey. Dr. Milind Pandey, please come here. Dr. Milind Pandey is from MIT. He is Pro VC of MIT World Peace University. Just to give a one-line introduction for him, Dr. Milind Pandey, he is Pro Vice Chancellor of MIT World Peace University, Pune, and he's a dedicated professional academician for last 28 years. And he has written books, has so many patents in his name, and he takes so much of interest in academics that if I start reading his success and the laurels, take a long time. But I'll stop here and request him to start his presentation. Thank you so much, Dr. Pandey, to come here.
Can somebody help? Very good morning to every one of you. Thank you for giving this opportunity to speak at the first Indo-Japan Educational Summit. Let me start with what MIT World Peace University stands for. In my address, I will be covering what is that Indian education stands for and what are those possible opportunities to collaborate with the Japanese universities. MIT, as the name suggests, MIT World Peace University, that is Maharashtra Institute of Technology World Peace University. The spelling of MIT is MIT. If you remove from MIT, what remains is empty. So we are asking every student to put their eye into your institution, and that too in MIT. What is that I? That I stands for your intelligence, your innovation, your ideation. And this university is giving a platform for all the students to perform, to be the better citizen. And we are practicing the value-based universal education systems. We want our students, they should be physically fit, mentally alert, intellectually sharp, and spiritually elevated. When saying this, we make it sure the yoga, meditation, prayer has to be practiced across all the 19,000 students on the campus. We want our students should be professionally sound, socially responsible, and spiritually elevated. These are the few values we are practicing from last 40 years. Let me tell you, this is the institution started by academician, not by the politician or industrialist. The professor Dr. Karad, who himself graduated mechanical engineering from COEP long back in 1960s, followed by masters and PhD from Washington DC, he is the founder president. And now the successor, Rahul Karad, his son, who is the Harvard alumnus, he is taking care of. The research university, the innovation university is at its core. We are practicing 4 Ds, the decency, decorum, dignity, and discipline. The uniform, the compulsory campus prayer has to be attended by all the students. The prayer which is beyond the caste, creed, religion, and boundaries of the nation. You have to pray your mother as if she is your God and participate into the prayer. These are the values we are imbibing into the mindset of the students. We want each and every student have to have the innovation in head, compassion in heart, and passion in belly. That's why so many programs is MIT started that covers rural immersion program. Each and every student should stay in the villages for 5 days, understand their problems, can apply whatever they are learning, how they can apply it to the solving the rural problems. And that is the concept given by his Excellency, the former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, when he said PURA, providing urban opportunities to rural area. Whatever the best is in urban, how we can transfer it to the rural. These are the things, my friends. The MIT stands for their value-based universal education system. MIT stands for their discipline. MIT stands for their innovation culture. We have the MIT Technology Business Incubator where 52 startups graduated. We have the MIT WPU Accelerator System. We have EdTech Accelerator. We have the accelerator for all the courses. Siddharth Deshmukh said rightly, it's all cross-disciplinary. More than 152 courses, liberal arts, fine arts, design, economics, commerce, school of government, one of its own side, to preparing the political leaders. So many courses, cross-disciplinary, problem statements, industry tie-ups, more than 25 center of excellence on the campus, and so many things. So this is the journey. 80 institutions, 82,000 students, 6 universities, more than 1,000 acre of land, and more than 1,000 crore turnover. That is the spectrum of MIT group of institutions, MIT group of universities. So this is, let me focus on the quality of education. Very rightly said, the student of today are being taught by the teachers of yesterday with the curriculum which is of the day before yesterday. But this is going to change now for 2 reasons. One is implementation of national education policy and the tie-up like the Indo-Japan conference or communication. So welcome to first India-Japan Education Conference. I will be speaking the roadmap to the holistic and integral education. When I say holistic, I mean it, the value-based universal education system, and this what the national education policy in India is changing. But let me tell you, all my student friends, you are here. The information technology plus Indian talent is equal to India tomorrow. Many times, yesterday also I said, you are the Indian talent. If you would like to build the India tomorrow, we would like to imbibe those innovative technologies, the information technologies into the mindset of the students right from the school level. So the best way to predict the future is to create it. This is me. I did my 2 postdoc and 2 PhDs. PhD in 5G technologies, PhD in international trade from IIFT, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, and I'm also the Rotary International Fellow. More than 6 products into the market and more than 6 international patents and Indian patents. I worked with Abdul Kalam Sahab on his concept called Pura for 2 years, very closely. And recently, I am also the recipient of the very, very prestigious award called Vasvik Industrial Research Award. So let me start. When I said holistic, the Swami Vivekananda said the man making and character building is the basic motto of education, and expansion of the heart and expansion of the mind is the purpose of education. And this is, my friend, the university's universalization of the mind, and we want these 2 aspects, what Swami Vivekananda said. At the educational institutions, we must not give only training to the minds. The education has to be for transforming the hearts. That's why I said the compassion in heart and passion in belly, the innovation in head. The transformation of the heart is necessary and it is must. And that is what, and we, the university is 100% believing on these 2 sayings of Swami Vivekananda. The legacy of Indian education is very high. We are talking of so many scientists and industrialists, but the way ahead, before 10,000 years, our education 1.0 was very, very strong. It was all outcome-based education. When I said education 4.0, let me tell you, my friends, if I talk of the education 1.0, means all those ancient system, the Gurukul system, one Guru, typical Shishyas and education happened in the Gurukul system, that is education 1.0. When I said education 2.0, when ink got invented, 15th century, the education era 2.0 started. The education 3.0 when WWW came into existence, education 3.0 started. and we are living in education 4.0. It means 2019 onwards, we said it's education 4.0. People also started talking of education 5.0. But when I said 4.0, it's the intelligent education. It is the education through machines, and it's a personalized education. That is all those technology called the artificial intelligence, blockchain, cloud, augmented reality, virtual reality, IoT, analytics, robotics. This is all the education through machines called education 4.0. But what is there? Let me tell you, the Panini, the first Sanskrit grammarian, unambiguous rules of grammar for machine translation, way ahead, my friends. Please trust, we have the long legacy of Indian education. The Panini, the Charak, the medicine, the Sushruta, the first surgeon of this country way back near 400 BC. Kautilya, we are talking of the Artha Shastra, the economics, the classical in political economy, the book he wrote, Artha Shastra, that is Kautilya, and Aryabhat, the concept of zero. The first time this concept of zero given to the entire world, and that was the Indian scientist on those days. So this is the long legacy. These are the few examples, the Varahamihir, the geography, botany and animal science. And the most importantly, moon and the planets are lustrous, not because of their own light, but due to sunlight. That is the first time he made this statement, long back. Nagarjuna, Bhaskaracharya, these are all, my friends, the long legacy which this India has given to the entire world, not to the Indians only. This is what the power of this Indian education. But this helix model of collaboration, since I am talking into this first conference. So this is the government, university and industry. We are basically talking about the activities, resources and the actors. How? I will tell you. This is the three important pillars of education: the university, the society and the industry. I said, you are the students of engineering, art, commerce, humanities, science. These are the four technologies dominating the education like anything. That's why I said the dynamic technologies, that is AI, augmented reality, virtual reality. So this is the education 4.0 which I spoke about, the learning through machines, the personalized education. Personalized education is very, very simple. In a class of 60, one person is struggling in 16 into 16, where other is very good in 32 into 32. Through this brain to machine interface, the faculty will come to know he is struggling, he will come to you, he will hand holding you and explain you how this multiplication happened. That is the personalized education, and that is the education through machines. And this is the era, and particularly post-COVID, this era came very positively. When I said the value-based universal education system, as I said, professionally sound, socially responsible and spiritually aware. This yoga, we are celebrating the International Yoga Day 10,000 years before. That is required in today's system, the spiritual awareness. Let me tell you, my colleagues and all my students, the person who is joining education domain is majorly known as professor. But this is our old Indian system. They have came out with the very good notations for the teachers. And see, a teacher who merely gives the information is designated as an adhyapak. This is the first time in the history. Not everybody teaching in the institution is a professor. See how beautifully this Indian knowledge system came out with this. The teacher who gives information is adhyapak. Who imparts knowledge with information is upadhyaya. Who imparts skills called acharya. Who will be giving deep insights called pandit. And who promotes the criticality and thinking is known as drashta, and all and above the highest level of teacher is called guru. Guru is worldwide accepted word now. So then Guru and Gurukul system, and now we are also following the Kul Guru system. And when COVID was there, it was the Gharkul system, right? Gurukul, Kulguru and Gharkul. But see how beautifully this Gurukul system, which again we are adopting, the India has given this system to the entire world. We are talking of Takshashila, we are talking of Nalanda, and so all the universities. But see what is the difference between Gurukul and Kulguru: the ethical growth, professional excellence, yogic calmness, competitive stress, and most important is curiosity and creativity in Gurukul system, and conformity and imitation in Kulguru system. So this is all what India has to give and what India has given. Now the future of education is the blended pedagogy, the twin campus, the campus on cloud, and these are the technologies. But then the future of education, while saying blended pedagogy, again very important concept given by the Indian knowledge system, and they are the Adidi, Bodh, Acharan and Pracharan. Meaning is that when I said Adidi, this is all information and theory. When it is both, that is the understanding and analysis. These are the four important pillars of education thought of by the then Indian rishis, the sages and saints. The Acharan, that is the performance and practice. We are talking of the community colleges and the propagation and preaching, which covers the internship, apprenticeship, seminars and presentation. This is not today's. This is given by the way back. So the details of this is now, as I said, the Internet of Things, 3D printing, drones, these are the technologies need to be integrated into the education, and that is why I said the holistic and integral education. This is all the autonomous vehicles, hyperloop, smart cities, security, genetic testing, genome testing. These are all the digital is leading to the convergence of technologies for industries. But the center of competence where we are looking for Indo-Japan collaboration and tie-ups, which basically covers the tie-up, the center of competence with the academic institutions, with the government agencies, with the industry and entrepreneurs and the professional association societies like IJBC. So IJBC has to play a very, very important role, and let me tell you, the first of its kind delegation we took under IJBC when Mr. Atre was there and when Mr. Siddharth was there. I personally visited the University of Tokyo and 3-4 universities. The student exchange, the Japanese students came and visited MIT, and the delegation of 7, we visited 4-5 universities in Japan. So that is the first kind of success story. So these are the strategic plan for strengthening the Indo-Japan educational collaborations. Jaiswalji, I would like to have your attention on this. This is we are practicing. We have close to tie-ups of 43 universities abroad. We have the US universities tie-up, we have the UK universities tie-ups. We are looking for the Japanese universities to be our partner, to be our friend. These are the possible collaborations. We want all those postdoc and PhDs to create and nurture research and academic ambience. Student exchange is one part of it, but where we can collaborate at the top level, where the research and innovation comes only from the postdoc and PhDs. We are aspiring for the innovation university of the future. So that is first, the strong scientific and industry mentoring board by a professor from University of Tokyo is here. We want all those top faculties to be on our scientific board and industry mentoring board. That is the first. Second, attracting best students. As I said, it's a long legacy, the exchange of the students, the collaboration with the national and internationally acclaimed institutions, and innovation-led startups. This is what the entire India is looking for and focusing for. The startup ecosystem, the stand-up India, startup India, design India. These are all policies coming from the government, from the PMO office, and how we can take this to incubate innovation-led startups on our campus and on their campus and continuing quality improvements. This is the first. Second is the teaching research collaboration and partnership at Indo-Japan university level. This is the second aspect. What are the factors? The faculty to faculty connect. How we can enhance. It's not restricted to the students and business. No. first of its kind. We need to hit the bottom of the pyramid. There has to be the faculty to faculty connect, exchange of the research, exchange of the problem statements, and coming out with the prototype, coming out to the proof of concept, and this is majorly for the society. Then the promoting the collaborative research and multicultural academic engagements, which you said. These are the various labs for the Indo-Japan Educational Research Laboratories, where all the students will be getting benefit out of it. The working laboratories, the computational laboratories, the fabrication and for designing student, and most important is the corporate innovation park. That is the concept where we want the Japanese industries and the Indian industries to come together to have the corporate innovation park. And the dedicated center for acceleration and incubation, that is very close to my heart, the incubation center, the incubation, innovation, invention. Let me tell you, this MIT, many people said, why this MIT? Our founder very proudly said, the day will come, this MIT will also produce one Nobel laureate. And last 40 years, we are trying to get those innovation system, those invention ecosystem and incubation ecosystem. And that is the sole aim why this MIT is, we are transferring from the teaching university to the research and innovation university. So these are the various labs we are looking for. And as I said, the Center for Excellence for Creation of the Innovation at University to boost innovation ecosystem in India. Innovation is a state of mind. That is very true. The nature of collaboration, my university colleagues are here. These are the few possibilities for partnership at Japan. So the various engagements, the workshop, conference, seminars which we can do, the COVID has taught us a great lesson. So online engagements can happen initially. Student and faculty mobility, particularly let me focus on faculty mobility, the collaborative research. This is the one of the aspect where immediately we can enter in non-financial commitment, joint supervised doctoral and postdoc programs. There we don't need to put any money into it, but this can be happened at the university level as early as possible. Online linkages for libraries and various laboratories. You showed us the Raman lab there. So these are various labs, the automobile industries. Can we have the online linkages with the laboratories? Can our students will do the practicals online with them, with the help of virtual reality, with the help of the new technologies which are coming up, and the developing joint program and twinning program. So we are planning to have the partner and collaborate with leading university research organizations. And this is the critical success factors of the knowledge transfer collaborations, my friends. This is all included into is the industry, government, university, and as I said, the IJBC, the major role. But change does not happen when circumstances improve. Change happens when we decide to improve the circumstances. And India has taken the lead. The national education policy came into the picture, and I'm sure that this international tie-up, the exchange of the student, the promotion of the non-engineering programs, this will be happening very soon. The student can take his course along with the music, along with the sustainability, along with the environmental issues. So that is very possible. And NEP, the transforming curriculum and pedagogical structure, but that is something, I don't want to get into it, but right from the school education, sir. We are talking of higher education only. The basic need is to focus on the school level education. So that is something I said about the Gurukul system. So if that can synergize, that will take up this relationship to the next level. So, and this is the timeline for implementation 2020 till the map has given till 2040, but I don't want to discuss here that. In all, the summary is said like this: academia and industry as two essential pillars, as you said rightly. Promoting university ties, art, culture, economics, management, and I'm very proud we have all these 152 courses, the non-engineering courses at our university. The education-focused community, the university industry partners, as I said, and to develop a robust and sustainable platform for Japan-India exchange. The network to connect universities and companies. This is something, and most important, we would like to focus it on the benefit to the innovation ecosystem in India. That is why all my student friends, we are doing a very, very big event called RIDE, R-I-D, Research, Innovation, Design, Entrepreneurship. The second year students, all the students, art, commerce, science, liberal art, farmer, everybody under the university umbrella, we want to imbibe this innovation mindset into the students. 5 days event, complete workshops on the highest scale so that they can understand the problem statement from industry, problem statement from community, they can work on it and they can come up with the sustainable solution. The hackathon, our own hackathon, the innovation fund distribution, the center of excellence on the campus, and we have integrated all the skill development programs. I don't know, but there are more than 78 sector skill councils. The government came out with the concept called NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation. All those skills program integrated, that's why I said the holistic and integral education, these all skill development programs integrated with the curriculum, just to make them job ready. But idea is that we want to produce job giver and not a job seeker. So all those skill development programs, and the future will not be delivered to us but made by us. Education and learning should equip all of us to play a part in the unfolding process of collaborative, creative exploration of possibility. And let me conclude with the very famous Indian Sanskrit quote, Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karvavahi Tejasvina Vadhitamastuma Vidvishavahi. The meaning is that may both be protected. May we both be nourished. May we work together. Tejasvina Vadhitamastuma, with energy and vigor. And Vidvishavahi, may our study be enlightened and not give rise to hostility. Peace, peace, and peace. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pandey, for your immersive talk. The forward-looking visionary work being done in MIT makes us feel proud the kind of innovation work going on. And IJBC, HERC would be proud. We're happy to partner with you in any form to contribute towards that. Thank you so much for your time.